Ya viene Perú Cobre. Publicítate en esta edición especial de MinerAndina. Bethania, en operaciones a inicios de 2022. Inca Team de la Universidad Mayor de San Marcos ganó Premio Frank Abbott Next Generation Explorers Award. Producción de cobre y oro cayó en 27.3% y 7.6% en enero, 13º CONAMIN, con Australia, Sudáfrica, España, Canadá, Chile. Hanan anuncia resultados de primeros afloramientos con altas leyes de cobre-plata. Chacana recauda $9 millones canadienses para exploración de proyecto Soledad. Anglo American invertirá $1.400 millones en Quellaveco este año. Minem, Perú obtendrá producción récord de 2.5 millones de toneladas de cobre en 2021. Fortuna Minerals aumenta producción en Caylloma en el cuarto trimestre del 2020. Antapacay reanudó sus operaciones. Tinca reelige a Graham Carman como presidente y CEO. Se dijo en PDAC Virtual 2021. Sorprendente recuperación de la economía peruana. Ministro Gálvez anuncia inversión minera por $5.200 millones. Las Bambas invertirá $2.000 millones en los próximos 5 años.
Hello, David, and it's a pleasure to have you in our program. How do you do?
I'm doing well, and thank you very much for having me.
Okay, so it's very interesting to talk about. In Peru, we used to talk about big mines, about the Antamina, Toquepala, but the focus to the medium term mines maybe is not so big. So, but could you tell us briefly how you become interested in the Bethania mine and when you started the purchasing process, please?
Sure. Well, a few years ago, I was looking really for mining opportunities in really anywhere in the Americas. And, I have a colleague in Peru who's now, part of our executive team who heads our Lima office down there. However, 3 or 4 years ago, we were essentially collaborating, looking at things in Peru, Brazil, Colombia. And this project was one of many that we evaluated. And it had just extraordinary potential. It was, my background, although I'm originally educated as a geologist, I spent much of the early part of my career as an analyst, analyzing shares. And when I saw the situation with Bethania, it reminded me a lot of the early days of companies like First Majestic in Mexico or Pan American Silver in Peru, and really how they got their start with these, very rich, high-grade silver operations. And, they don't have to be big in terms of tonnage to make a lot of profit. And so that's what we saw. And we started working with the owners on a deal. We were, kind of in a joint venture with them for a few years, and then we bought it. We completed the purchase in December.
Okay, so yours 100% is from you.
Yes,
okay.
Now, yep.
Your plans last year was to make Bethania a major silver producer this year, and about 2 million ounces. But you are going to start to construct a processing plant. Can you tell us if you are started the construction yet?
Sure. So just to step back for a second, Bethania has always been a toll milling operation. So, it produced up until 2016, and then it's been on care and maintenance as a toll milling operation. So trucking their high-grade ore to various other mills, usually lead zinc mills in the area. So our plan really was, from the first time we evaluated the project, was to build our own plant there and expand the production at the same time. So by doing that, we felt that we could unlock a lot of value. In terms of where we are today with that process, well, we got our EIA approved last year in August. So that was a major milestone for the project. And then at the moment, we're starting to build some facilities, such as our one of our camps, I guess, one of our places where people are going to be staying to work on the mine for construction, etc. So we're just getting started on that right now, and in the next few months, we will be taking on bigger and bigger jobs as we get into the construction phase. So it's starting right now, but we still have a long way to go. But it's going to go fit quickly. It's not a big project, so we should be able to do the vast majority of the construction this year.
You still is 350 tons per day?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
And still 2 million ounces a year is the estimate production?
Yeah, I mean, at the expected head grades, it's slightly less than that in terms of the pure silver, and it's probably on a silver equivalent basis, it's maybe around 2.5 million ounces a year. We're mostly focused on the pure silver. That's our principal product, our commodity, but the mine will also produce lead, zinc, copper, and gold.
Okay, so maybe you can start at the top 10 silver producer, maybe.
Well, in Peru, we probably will be.
Yes,
Yeah,
probably, yes. It should be. It's going to be a conventional plant or something new, something different. How many circuits? How many concentrators?
we're going to do 3 concentrates. So we're going to do a silver lead is going to be the vast majority of the tonnage of our concentrates. But however, we're going to also do a zinc concentrate and a copper, silver, gold third concentrate. So that's what we've designed. And so three cons. And, it's going to be largely conventional. However, I would say that we are looking at doing some really innovative things to save water and be really energy efficient and water efficient with the plant. Although nothing really dramatically new is about it. It's otherwise going to be a conventional flotation plant.
Okay, nothing for automation or something like that. It's no projected.
Not really, no.
Okay, and do you the estimated date is any year to start production or a bit more?
Yeah, I mean we are looking to be finishing the plant and commissioning towards the end of this year, or if not early next year, okay. Q1 2022. So it's about a year away would be the plan, and at the moment we're on track for that. Obviously, I would say there are some risks to that time frame, some out of our control.
Yes.
Like COVID.
Yeah.
But if everything works out, we should be in production within the next year.
Okay. And how about the investment of the complete to start the mine?
Yeah, we're now that we're a public company, we feel like we've got very good access to capital. So that will be something that we will address in the coming months, and we don't expect that there will be too much trouble with that. So that will be something that'll be one of the many milestones that we will be announcing over the coming months.
Okay, and the financing is after you have a merge with Miramont Resources, right? The finance come from the an OPA or something at the stock exchange, or for the stakeholders?
So I think, so when we did the reverse takeover of Miramont last year, we did a financing at that time for 12 million Canadian. And although we've used quite a bit of that to complete the purchase of the mine, and for our work program that we're doing right now, we're doing a lot of detailed engineering for the plant and the mine, and we're also fully funded to do a phase 1 drill program at Bethania as well, which we're looking to start soon. So that will get us, basically to construction, but not into construction. So for the construction of the plant, we will look to do one more financing, in the next few months.
Okay. And Bethania, you find Bethania with almost 8 million ounces of reserves, historical reserves, but have you already confirmed it, or are you going to confirm it with brownfield or greenfield exploration? What are your plans of the exploration side?
Yeah, good question. The drill program that we're planning right now is largely designed to confirm those 8 million ounces. And although we do have some, what we would call in English, step out holes, so to expand the resource even further, there's a lot more upside at Bethania than just the current resources, the historical resources. So we do want to explore at depth and along strike of the veins. We will do a little bit of that in the first phase of the drill program, but probably more in the second half of the year and even more into 2022. So it's I think a project that we can keep exploring, for many more years.
And your drilling plan is brownfield and greenfield at the same time. How many meters do you plan to drill this year?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'd call it any of it greenfields. It's really more brownfields, but about so the phase 1 drill program is 5,000 meters, of which 4,000 meters of it is in and around the immediate mine area, where we're going to be looking at starting up the mine next year. So basically to confirm that historical resource. And then about 1,000 meters is stepping out to extend the veins. Okay. So we're not really looking to discover anything new. We're really just looking to extend the veins along strike and at depth. That's it. Okay.
What kind of mineralization is the epithermal? What kind of deposit is the Bethania?
Yeah, they're epithermal polymetallic veins that are steeply dipping, hosted in volcanics. So basically, go subvertically. It's a swarm of veins that are all structurally kind of controlled, more or less go in the same direction. Okay. And the mineralization, it's dominantly silver with, however, with some base metals and gold in there as well, as I mentioned earlier, lead, zinc, copper, and gold. And that's it. It's sort of I think similar to some other polymetallic mines in Peru. It's probably more silver rich than most of them.
Okay. So and next year, are you going also to improve the from 350 to 550 and so on? Do you still have these plans?
We definitely would like to evaluate that, and that will be something that will be decision that we make based on the drill results that we get. More, I'd say, in the second half of this year. Mm-hmm. And then we'll have to make a decision if we're going to do a second expansion, and also, which I think likely we will do, but also we have to figure out what the right rate is. Is it 500? Is it 700? I think it's going to be in that range somewhere. But again, we need to do more work to figure that out.
But your expectation is to the expansions is going.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at where the current historical resources are at Bethania, you'll see that it's very close to surface. Not very much exploration was done, and all these veins that we know, that have been mined, we know are open along strike and at depth. So I think there's potential for a lot more resources there, and it's just a matter of systematically exploring them. So it just takes kind of time and money to do that drilling, which we will do over the next year. At the same time, we're putting a mine into production. So to me, it's a great situation because there is a lot of exploration potential at Bethania. It's very exciting on its own, but it's even better from an investment point of view, from my point of view, as a big investor in the company, because we're also going to have cash flow next year, and potentially a lot of it if silver prices stay, where they are or go higher.
So that is very important to have your own cash. But now silver is very pretty. The silver price is very, very attractive now. No, we hope it keeps for the next year.
Yeah, I think in the silver market, we're so used to being accepting lower prices that 26 or 27 seems like paradise, but I think it could go a lot higher. If you look at the silver price historically, it's visited $50 an ounce twice, in 2011 and 1980. And every other commodity has gone to all-time highs in the time period, either in the last cycle or even earlier. So, silver is still one of the cheapest commodities relative to its historical price, including copper, gold, you name the metal. So honestly, I think I'm not expecting that let's put it this way. I'm not opening any bottles of champagne at $27. I think it'll be $40, $50, $60 then we'll be celebrating.
Okay. Well, so your focus is in Kuya, but when you merge with Miramont has interesting projects at the south of Peru, I think, no? In Tacna and then Puno. They were on, or you were not seeing at all?
They were all divested.
Sorry?
So they were divested, all those other projects.
Okay.
We don't own them anymore, no.
Okay. And for ending the interview, but how about your community relations? The pandemic was difficult times. Could you tell us if it is a good environment for the communities? You are working with them. How is the relationship?
I think we're developing a good relationship. We've been able to, I think, manage a really nice transition between the old owners who are still involved a little bit with us now, and also big shareholders in Kuya, and with the new team, that we have. And so, we've been working with the community for the last few years now. They're very involved in the permitting and the EIA process, as you probably are aware. So we've been able to, work with them and make sure they stay informed. I would say now the main challenge is everyone, no matter whether you're part of the community or not, everybody's very, very concerned about COVID-19. And so what we've, done is we've tried to essentially keep our operations separated and isolated, so that, people can go and work and do what we need to be done at Kuya and the mine without interfering with anybody else who's not involved in the mine. And I think that helps. I mean, we've got medical supplies and people at the camp now. So, I mean, it's a better situation than I would say than if we weren't there. but it's still something we need to be very aware of and very respectful of the health and safety protocols that need to be taken, because we don't want to be the cause of any sickness or anything in the community, or our employees for that matter, or people who we meet along the way. We want to be just neutral and just, do our job and make a positive impact.
Okay, David. Thank you very much for your time with us. Very interesting. I wish you very much success with Bethania and the mine and the relationships. And we hope to have you in the next program in a few months. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure.
Amigos, muchas gracias por haber estado acompañándonos esta vez con nosotros. No se olviden que estamos cerrando nuestra edición especial para PIDAC y ProExplo. Participen con nosotros, suscríbanse a MinerAndina para que tengan información más interesante de los mercados. Muchas gracias y hasta el próximo noticiero. Gracias.
Organizamos tus comunicaciones virtuales, webinars, talleres, congresos, capacitaciones tan reales como las que te imagines, presentaciones profesionales en Zoom y para redes sociales. Experiencia técnica y 25 años en el mercado nos avala. En MinerAndina hacemos de tu evento una experiencia viva en audiovisual.